we have our reset button, and when I press it, our oomphs are reset to 0 and it reflects on the screen GUI. Now what we also want to happen is for the player to be warped back to the spawn location 1. Now to warp a player from or any object or NPC around the world, what you need to do is use the object's parts C frame. Okay, so what is the C frame? Well, let me go ahead and play it so I could show you in the Explorer what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to play it, and I am going to try to get to the character, which is here in the workspace, but it's kind of difficult because everything's moving around as fireballs are added to the workspace over and over and over again, right? So it's hard to click on my name there, right? So what I'm going to do is stop the game, go down to my fireball script, which is where? Oh yeah, it's right here in spawn location 9, which is this one here, and it's in fireball script. So if I double click that, this while loop here is what is making those fireballs appear. So I'm going to comment that out by putting 2 dashes, then 2 brackets, and then at the end of the while loop, which is right here, I'm going to put 2 dashes, then 2 brackets to end the comment. Right. So now this while loop is commented, and it is not going to affect our game. So I can play, land on spawn location number 9, and it will not start the rain of fireballs. So now I could show you here in the workspace. I'll go to my character, Deely, and to warp a character, what you need to do is either change the C frame of the humanoid part, or change the C frame of the torso part to the, lower torso to the location that you want to warp him to. Okay, so I'm going to do lower torso. You could choose to do either one, and you might be asking yourself, what is a C frame? And if you look down here in the properties of the lower torso, or any of these parts, or any part in general, what you're going to see is a position and an orientation. The position is where in the 3D space on the X, the Y, and the Z axis the part is. The orientation is which direction he's facing in. Okay, so what is a C frame? A C frame is a combination of those two things. Because both of those are used so often together, they created something called a C frame that is position and orientation. All right, so it's just all in one object. So if we go over to our reset script, and we're going to do this in the local script because we don't have to do it on the server script, and if you don't have to do something on the server and you can do it locally, you should, because it's going to make your game faster, right? And so you don't have to wait for the server to respond to you. And so right here, when we click on the button, we're going to fire off the remote event. That's great. And now what we want to do is we want to set the player's C frame. So we say PLR, which we already have. It's right up here. It's a local player. And we could say dot character dot lower torso dot C frame is going to be equal to the C frame of the spawn location. And to get the C frame of the spawn location, we need to have the spawn location. So we need to come up here and get the spawn location. Local spawn location is equal to game.workspace.spawn location number 1. Okay. So now we have it, and over here we could say spawn location number 1 dot C frame. And let's go ahead and see if this works. So here we are. I'm going to press reset, and that puts me right where the spawn location 1 is, and I'm ready to go. Okay, so that's good. And I think there's a couple more things that we need to adjust, but maybe we could start by testing it out in the real game and see if it actually works there. Okay, so let's come over to here, play it on the server. There seems to be something wrong, so I'm going to restart. And hope it loads. Alright, so I'm not sure what the problem is, but maybe I could just stop this video here and then we can start up on the next one.